I don't know how much larger of an audience we can expose him to, but we are going to try. So I'm going to introduce you to an amazing creator. He might have the most prolific social media set of content that I've had to step through. And it took me 3.5 days to go through everything of his. Thank goodness TikTok has that auto swipe thing now. That helped so much. But we've gone through a lot with him. We've gone through drama, family fun, major weather, and so much 3D printing with this guy. So everyone, I would like to introduce our friend Kenneth of On the Road 3D Printing. Ken, what's up?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Doing well, doing well. Good to see you. Hey, Luna.
Oh, Luna's in here.
Yeah,
yes.
he just got in here. Awesome. Now, what were you saying? I didn't mean to interrupt.
I said it is good to see you, man.
Yeah, good to see you too. Good to see you. I'm really excited about some of the conversations we're going to have tonight. I think, it's so fun to run across people like you that just bare their souls to the world in the social media. It's a lot of fun.
I'm an open book.
It's awesome. What's up, guys? Keep coming on in. BK3D Designs. Good to see y'all. We're at 1,200 likes. Thank you. BK3D Designs. Hey, Luna, I don't know if you were in here when I mentioned you earlier. Thank you so much for your description. Guys, go follow him. He's in the room now. You can tap on his profile and go follow him. He deserves a follow. All right. So how's the weather where you're at?
Hot. It's very hot. It hit 94 today.
Oh, wow. I didn't get that bad here. We were in the upper 70s, so I don't feel so bad now.
Quite warm. Hey, Luna.
That's awesome. So I always ask one of the first questions I always ask is, what are you drinking?
Dr. Pepper, as always.
Dr. Pepper. So no, is that your favorite drink? Like, do you drink other things secretly, or that's all you drink?
Well, I drink water whenever I'm at work, but
I'm sorry.
Everything else is Dr. Pepper.
Okay. All right. Are you a purist? Do you go for like the cherry Dr. Pepper or the different flavors? Or are you just,
I'm a purist.
Purist? Okay. Have you ever tried Mr. Pibb? I
have. It's not the same.
Okay. All right. That's what I was wondering. Some people think it tastes the same. Some people don't. Me, I've got the normal coffee, plug intended.
Nice.
And then I've got the Red Bull. Yes, I am doing the Red Bull and the coffee this evening. And then I do have some water, which I generally do not partake of. But, along with our widescreen, I'm getting a little wider, so I need to do something about that.
Same here.
So, I recently saw something. Oh, hey, we got a Tiny Diny. Thank you so much for the Tiny Diny, guys. Thank you. I saw you were wearing a pair of shoes the other day that your wife wouldn't let you out into. It was like to a rock fest or something.
Yes, it's my Lamborghinis.
Your Lamborghinis.
She would not let me wear those.
Now, is that your only? Do you have like a bunch of those that you've tricked out, or do you just have that one pair? And
just have that one pair.
Okay, that's awesome. And that's just kind of your around the house footwear, or do you like wear it out other places?
I wear them everywhere.
Everywhere. Okay.
Everywhere.
Never been a big fan of those shoes, but now that everybody's starting to print things for them, I'm kind of like, I think I need a pair. I've done
I wasn't a big fan whenever they first came out, but I got a pair for knocking around like the hotel rooms, and I fell in love with them.
I gotcha. What's up, Alien? Good to see you. Welcome. Everybody keep coming in. Keep those taps up. We're at 1,400 right now. Keep going. Let's get some more people in here. Share this out.
Yes.
My brother-in-law actually has the boots. Have you seen the cowboy boot version of them?
Yes, I have.
He has those. I just laugh at him every time I see them.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to go that far.
Oh, that's funny. That is awesome. And so, saw you recently had jury duty.
I did. We were there. I was there from 8 o'clock in the morning until 11 whenever we got released. I guess that trial got canceled, so
okay.
They didn't get us.
Okay, all right. So it wasn't too bad. So you had your morning kind of time, 8 to 11. You got out, you got paid, and
$15.
$15. There you go. Civic service, $15. All right. Well, at least you did your civic duty. That's important. That's great.
Yes, I did.
It would have been interesting if you would have ended up on. I've never ended up on a jury. I've had to go in twice, one in my original state, Mississippi, and one in Virginia, but
Right.
never got picked for anything.
I've
So,
never gotten called before.
oh, wow.
We moved so much whenever me and my wife first got together, and then shortly after that, I went out of town. So my license has always been one address behind.
Oh,
I
okay.
finally, I, since I'm working near home now, decided to fix it. And
Okay.
of course, I got hit with jury duty.
Yeah, yeah. That I guess once they catch up with you, it's inevitable. What's up, Pit
Yep.
Stop? How are you doing? Come on in. Everybody say hello. Put some chats in the peanut gallery. Say hello. Say hello to Ken. Just let him know y'all love him and that y'all want to hear all about his life and everything. That's what we're here
There,
tonight. What were you
there are
saying?
some awesome people in that chat room right
There
now.
are some awesome people in the chat room. I'm really excited. I'm really excited. Yeah, we got Jackson's Malcolm MWM. I don't know that name. Anyway, I try to read them all, but sometimes it doesn't work. But thank y'all guys for being here. Thank you tonight. Thank you for the team bracelets. I really, really appreciate that. Now, if y'all don't know team bracelets actually add to this some weird sub score that happens somewhere that gets you on the FYP more because team members are able, when the heart me, then you're able to give the team gifts, which means under the team gifts, now that's even pushing you even more because it's some kind of weird extra points. I don't understand it. My agency tries to explain it to me, but I just don't, I'm too
Right.
old probably, but I'll get there one day. I'll get there one day. Well, man, I have a long, extensive list of questions, and guys, we're going to start kind of getting into this interview and really just kind of dig down into some things. Be patient. I am watching your questions. I promise, and I will get to as many of them as I can. Most of the time, I answer most of them as we go. But remember, we're kind of looking at the story of Ken's life and why Ken is the way Ken is.
He is.
Exactly, exactly. Because we are all the way we are because of the way we are, and that's important. All right. So first thing, let's go all the way back. Actually, where are you originally from?
I am originally from Crawfordville, Florida. It is a town just south of Tallahassee.
Oh, okay, okay. That's not too bad.
A very, very small town.
Very, very small town. And now, are you like an only child? Do you have a bunch of kids around you? What?
So that would take up an entire video, but from my parents, I'm their only child. Then they got divorced and married, and then had other children.
I gotcha. I
So I
gotcha.
have a lot of brothers and sisters, but they're all steps and halves.
Okay. But you're the oldest pretty much, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I'm the oldest of four. So I can understand being the oldest. You never get away with anything. It's really annoying.
No.
Anyway,
Nope.
memories, memories, memories. Um, so you're in Florida. So you really haven't like shifted too far from your original place, right? I mean, now.
Yeah, we're about 4 hours south of where I grew up,
Okay.
but we did spend about 6 years in New Jersey.
Okay. Okay. That's cool. Up here, not too far from me. Not too far from me. That's awesome. So you grew up there, school and everything. Now, were you homeschooled? Did you go to public school? Did you, what was kind of
I
your,
actually went to a Christian school
okay. Okay. That's kind of cool.
up until 11th grade, and then after that, I started surveying.
Oh, okay. So as far as that, so you didn't graduate high school. You have your GED. You have
Yes,
what?
I do.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So that's cool. That's cool. I have a lot of friends who went that way. And in Mississippi, a lot of people loved getting their GEDs, and we get our driver's license at like 14, 15 years old, and then we all want to
Yes.
work, and so we would try to do our best just to, let's get out of school quick. And
Yep, school
everybody
was not my friend.
yes, exactly, exactly. So okay, cool, that's awesome. And so you became a survey at 11th grade. So at like 17, 18 years old, you became a surveyor. Now, how did that happen?
Me and my mom had decided that I wasn't going to go back to school because obviously school was just not helping me anymore. And she was a real estate agent, and she came home one day and said that she had just gotten a survey done, and that guy was looking for a hand for the summer. So she got me a summer job, and that turned into an almost 30-year career.
Okay. Wow. 30 years. And it was literally 30 years because it sounds like to me sometime around the end of last year or this year, you've changed jobs. So you were a surveyor up until recently, right?
Yes. Yeah, I was well on and off from 97 till January of this year, and I'm now a wetland management tech.
Okay. Okay. Wetland management. Now, is this
Yes.
like I saw you with the sprayer
Yeah, so
walking
what
around
we
and
do is we get paid to go in and remove invasive species of plants. Because in Florida, we have a lot of invasive species that people are brought in because they're pretty and they look good in their yard, and all of a sudden they're everywhere.
how do you get rid of kudzu?
Uh, I,
I
it
know.
that is one of those plants that is next to impossible to get rid of.
I know the roots run for like miles. That's
Oh,
growing up. That was our underneath the bridge plants.
yep,
And yeah, so grew up with that a lot. So okay, so
it
that's
is.
cool.
I remember it was probably the year I moved to New Jersey, or the year before, but I think the state of Florida spent something like $4 million removing kudzu from the governor's mansion
Wow, wow,
because it
that
was
is
so
crazy.
bad.
That is crazy. Mm-mm-mm. So we'll back up just a little bit. So from high school
Okay.
on up, you were working that job. Now what were kind of your extracurriculars? What were your hobbies? What kind of things were you into?
I loved watching football, a
Okay,
lot of football, and I didn't really have a whole lot of hobbies other than that.
okay.
Um, that was just my main thing was working and
Like
watching football.
college, pro, what kind of who did you
Uh,
follow? What team?
I followed the Florida Gators and the Miami Dolphins.
Okay, okay. Okay. Well, University of Southern Mississippi is the college I graduated from, and we always played the Florida Gators.
Yep.
Usually we played them or we played the Seminoles around homecoming time,
Yeah.
and so those were always really really good games. The Gators were always a good team. So I was never a football person, but I would go to the games and buy a rack of Cokes and walk around and
Right.
sell them, and and then I knew the score and could watch the game and everything, and I made a little bit of money.
Nice. That's
So,
good.
so that was how I wheeled away my time. Let's see what we got in here. Keep going, guys. We're not even at 2,000 on the likes yet. Tap for me a little bit if you can. Share out a little bit more. Let's get some more people in here. We got about 13 people in here, so we're doing good. But let's get more if we can, guys. Let's get those taps going. Get rid of the kudzu behind my house, Ronnie V says. That's awesome. What's up, Carrot Box? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you guys. Thank y'all for coming in. So football, were you into like electronics? Did you like fixing things? Did you what?
Heck, I do love tech.
Okay.
I love all things tech.
No, so what kind of tech as a child would you get into, or even, a child on up through just work? What kind of stuff did
I
you
would
deal
take
with?
toys apart
Okay.
as a kid just to see how they worked.
Yeah.
And as we got older, the cell phones started coming out, so I got really, really interested in those. Um, and some computers, I have fallen off of that, like because I was trying to build my own for a while, but
Okay.
that has gone by the wayside.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you ever build a computer, or you were just always kind of working on one? What did you do?
I was just always working on one with dreams of eventually building my own rig.
Okay. Okay. And so you really liked like the toys you would get at Christmas and those types of things. You were the one that always took them apart and
Always
kind
took them apart to see
of
how they
yeah.
worked.
Okay. Okay. My parents always gave me tools, and I think it was because we were building a house at the time, and they
Oh
wanted.
yeah,
So
a good one.
I would go out and help them, and I probably messed up a lot of stuff, but it was a lot of fun as a kid. So that's kind of where I ended up getting into like set design and stuff like that. And that's kind of why I ask some of these questions, is just trying to understand, what as you're growing up and as you take the steps you do to be where you are, what are those things that lead you into 3D printing? Where do
Right.
those tendencies and things come from? Because I see a lot of different things in your life, I think that really led you to an interesting place. Now, do you play an instrument or anything?
No, I do not.
Okay, okay. Do you sing?
I'd love to sing. I'm
Uh-huh.
not good at it.
Okay, okay. I always gauge IT people. You can always kind of see creatives in IT and different. There's some kind of interesting music or mathematical tendency in there sometimes. So I just wonder.
Nope.
I just wonder. But
I
you're a
love.
surveyor, so math you're probably amazing at.
Yes.
so
Yes. Very much so.
so that's the one. That's the one. Um,
Yep.
highlight of the night for you. Awesome, Carrot. Um, now, okay, so Ronnie V's, he has a good question. I should have asked this one. So once you took the toys apart and put them back together, did they work? That's the important question.
It's about 50-50.
50-50. All right.
Sometimes they would, sometimes they
Yep,
wouldn't.
yep. I think we've all definitely been there. So I'm gonna pull out a picture and you tell me, who are these people?
Okay, so that is my lovely wife, April, and our pupper dog, Sully.
Awesome, awesome. Now recently Sully has kind of gone through something, hasn't he?
Yes,
Yeah.
he developed pancreatitis
Oh, okay.
and
Okay.
was very sick for well, and he's still kind of sick. We actually had an episode here about an hour ago, but those are getting few and far between, and he is definitely on the road to recovery.
Oh, that's good. So you're still having to watch him pretty heavily and just make sure
Nope.
he's
You
in
got
a
to
good
watch what he
spot.
eats.
Yeah. Yeah, I got
Uh,
you.
yeah, no fatty foods, no oily foods, no, like, he's got a list of stuff that he can't have. And that poor dog grew up on bacon grease. So
Oh.
him not getting it now, he's upset.
Oh, I'm sure he is. I'm sure I would get upset not getting bacon grease. Come on. That hurts. That hurts. Now, what was really cool about this situation, and sometimes I know it's hard to ask for help, but you actually kind of stepped out on a limb, what I would consider a limb, because I'd be like, ugh, and really reached out to the printing community or just to your followers and said, please help. And
I
something
need
really
help.
cool
It was
happened.
expensive.
Explain all that to me. Explain to me what happened there.
So when we took him to the vet, they gave us a list of several options for what we could do, and it was either going to be in-home treatment or at the vet treatment. He was so bad that we decided to go with the at the vet treatment, which was quite a bit more expensive. So I decided to reach out to everybody on all my channels and just see, because I knew I wasn't going to have it when that bill came.
Right. Right.
So I decided to reach out, and I got a lot of help,
Yeah.
quite a bit.
Yeah. It's awesome to see a community step up like that. And I think that's a testament to
It
the
was
type of
amazing.
creator you are, not just to the community, but to the creator that you are, because people want to support you. They want to back you. They want to help you in the things you do. I think that's awesome. And I can probably speak for you. I know how I feel when people help me. Hey, I saw a wife walk by.
She's working right beside me.
That's awesome. And so, I know you really appreciate that. And I could see in your videos how appreciative you were of the fact.
Very, very much so.
Yeah, that is awesome. So we'll talk about the other person in the picture now, since she's kind of working next to you. Hey, wife.
Hi.
Say hi.
Now she's in and out of the videos a lot, and she actually has her own channel, doesn't she?
Yes, she does. Pyro Phoenix 3D now.
No, Pyro Phoenix tumblers and prints.
Pyro Phoenix tumblers and prints.
Okay, Pyro Phoenix tumblers and prints, and I'll show y'all where to find that later, guys. We're going to go through all the places where you can find ways to connect with them, and I will show you that. So don't feel like you have to write that down based on what we said. You'll have something. You'll have something. So that's awesome. So y'all have kind of become a 3D printing team then.
Yes, we have.
Okay, and
she has grown as much as I have, and is quite amazing at it. So
that's great. That is great. I love seeing that. I love when spouses can work together. I think that while it can test the relationship sometimes it can make it stronger.
yes, it can.
That is cool. That is cool. Well, the last thing on this line, I think I've heard that you're a Star Wars fan.
Well, I do love Star Wars, but my heart always goes out to Star Trek.
Oh, Star Trek. Oh, now, from the beginning, did you come in at a certain place? What?
I started watching about the third season of The Next Generation.
Okay.
and have loved everything since then.
Okay. Now, who's your favorite character overall? Do you have one?
Benjamin Sisko.
Benjamin Sisko. Okay. That's a good one. That's a good one. Hey, raise your hand if you're a Sisko fan. Raise your hand if you're a Sisko fan. Put that in the chat. Let's see what we got here. Or if you're a fan of somebody else in Star Trek, put it in there. Come on, guys. Y'all know names.
Y'all know the names. Come on.
Y'all know them. Come on. What's your favorite starship?
The Defiant.
The Defiant.
Well,
Okay.
I told so I actually have to answer that one in two parts.
Oh, okay.
Canon and non-canon. Canon is the Defiant. Non-canon is the Dreadnought Enterprise from All Good Things, the end of the Next Generation.
Yeah, see, I'm not that deep of a fan. But okay, I'll take your word. I feel like I've heard that. I feel like I've heard that. What's up, Create Ruckus? How are you doing? Good to see you guys. Come on in. 3,849 likes. Thank you so much, guys. Hey, Peanut Gallery, keep putting your questions in there. I will get them answered. I have seen a couple of questions that are coming up a little bit later when it comes to printing and filament and those types of things. I want to get through, we always kind of get through knowing them a little bit better, kind of understanding their lives. And then we'll get into the more tiki-taki kind of social media aspects of what everybody wants to know as far as that and the 3D printing. But keep
Don't
it going.
get yelled at, Ruckus.
Yeah, Ruckus is at work. Yeah, don't get in trouble. Don't get in trouble. But all right, so you had something Tuesday night that you were talking about. This last Tuesday night on your video, you said, I can't make it to the show because I've got an event. What's this event on Tuesday nights you have?
The event on Tuesday night.
D&D.
Oh, D&D.
It's like, no, this is part of my life. This isn't an event. This is my life.
Yeah. D&D. I totally, yes. Yes, we play once a week.
Okay.
It is me and my wife and several of our friends, and we have an amazing time every week.
Okay. Now, are you? She's saying something. What's she saying?
She said, I almost died last time, so it's when I stay alive, we have a great time.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. So you're a player. You're not the dungeon master or anything. Do you ever get to? Okay. No, you're not. Now, what type of character do you like to play?
I am a fighter. Okay. I love rushing in and just smashing everything to bits as fast as I can.
Okay. Create Ruckus is saying might have him in a campaign soon.
Yes.
Awesome. That's cool.
We're trying to put one together on TikTok.
Okay. So how long has this group been going on? It's because it sounds like this is something you've been doing for a long time.
Yeah. Close to 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, 3.5 roughly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so this is just a group. Y'all kind of picked it up again. Was this something you did as a child and y'all picked up again, or you just got into it in the last, like during the COVID period or whatever?
During the COVID period. So they were playing before and they kept wanting me to join, but I was always out of town and I couldn't. So during COVID, they asked if I wanted to join, and I was like, absolutely, let's do it.
Okay.
And I played away from home for a while, but obviously now I'm home, so I get to we get to all get together.
Okay. That's good. I have a lot of nieces and nephews who love playing D&D. I used to sit in the library in high school and help people roll for their characters, but I never played. And so
Really?
I had more fun helping people create and come up with the backstories and different things. And I really enjoyed that part, but I never played. I just never did. Now, which came first, D&D or the Ren Fairs?
D&D came first. The Ren Fair was the very first one was recently.
Oh, so that was your very first one that you've never been to another Ren Fair then?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you
blast?
Are you ever going again? I assume that's a yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. Now, do they have a lot of those down in your area?
I think they have 4 or 5 in this area.
Oh, wow. We have a bunch up here. I'm in Virginia, so we have kind of the mix. What's funny is on the weekend in the same field, you'll see the Civil War reenactors and the Ren Fair. And it's a pretty interesting sight.
That's a combination.
Yeah. And but that's cool. And now is this why? Because you've gotten a sorcerer's staff lately. Where did this come from? Why are you cosplaying this thing? Is this part of the Ren Fair? What's happening?
So that is a design by Mystic Mesh 3D.
Okay.
The day he put it out, I was like, I want one. Like I want one for myself. I don't like I do sell it, but I want one for myself.
Okay. Okay. And now I see you playing with it all the time. Like you do like your little transitions from being home and not at home, and you use it in a lot of different ways. But I think you actually have a travel story about it. You were flying with it one time, apparently.
I do. And so I was flying home with it so that I could finish a transition. And when I was going through TSA, they were looking at it and they weren't sure what it was. And I said, no, it's a wizard staff. I know it's got electronics in it, but it's a wizard staff. And they wanted to see it. So I got it out and put it all together. And after that, they said, fine, broke it all back apart. And as I was putting it away, one of the other TSA guys came up and said, hey, where did you get that? I want one.
Oh,
So I gave him my
cool.
information, and he bought one off of Etsy right away.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So have you had a lot of success selling those?
I've had a lot of success selling those. Those have been
That's
one of the products that gets bought more than anything else.
that's really cool. That's really cool.
Oh, and I sold one at Ren Fair.
Oh, okay.
So I bought one. I was just walking around with it, and somebody asked, "Where'd you get that?" And I said, "Well, I made this one." And they said, "Well, I want one. Where do I get one?" And I sold them one.
Oh, wow. That is awesome. And guys, we'll show you where to get that a little bit later. So we got people still talking D&D in here. People playing it in high school. Create Ruckus. He's been evidently he's been a dungeon master for like 15 years now.
Wow.
That's crazy. He must know those books backwards and forwards.
I bet he does.
That's pretty.
Years?
Yeah, that is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Well, guys, actually, the other one. Do you have a Holocaust cloak yet? I can never get that word out. You know,
I have not, but I want to get one.
Yeah, I want to see you like in a transition with your Holocaust cloak on at some point in time. I think that would be really cool. And then
Can do.
You know, there's got to be a Princess Bride joke in there somewhere. Something has to happen. Yeah.
Inconceivable.
The Dead Pirate Wobbits. You know, something. That would be awesome. What's up, Sandhill 3D? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, no problem. You're late. I'm glad you're here anyway. I'm glad you made it. This is going really well. At least I think the interview is going well. How do y'all think it's going, guys? Put in the peanut gallery some questions and things that y'all want to answer, because we're going to start kind of getting down into the TikTok phase of things. I'm actually going to give Ken a breather here for just a moment, and I'm going to switch over to just me and talk to you guys about something. And so Ken can relax and kick back for a moment. But I want to thank y'all for being here, guys. I always appreciate when y'all come. I appreciate the gifts. I appreciate the likes and everything. That's the value for value. We always talk about that time, talent, and treasure. And I really appreciate the time that you give to this show and the support. We have subscribers now. That is amazing. Thank you for the Heart Me Fins Forge. Luna, thank you so much for the bears. I really appreciate that. And any of those friendship bracelets and everything, those mean a lot to me and to the show and the community, because it keeps us going. It really allows me to, get the servers. I'm trying to expand to some other social networks. So we're going to be doing some different things here soon, where the tubes of you we might be on soon, so we can expand our audience a little bit more and just really start building this community. And those things help so much. And I really, really appreciate it. So some of the things I want you to do is check out the podcasts. All of these shows, especially the Thursday ones, I put up as podcasts. You can see them on the website. You can see them in any of your podcast places. If you listen to podcasts, it should be available. If not, when you go to the website, it'll show you how you can subscribe there. We've got a new one coming up. If y'all know Brady and Binsky, they're going to be starting their own podcast here soon, and it's going to be coming through the Asylum Life website. And I'm excited about that one. That should be a really, really good. It's almost Seinfeldian, if you know what I mean, a show about nothing but about everything. And that's going to be a really exciting podcast to come out. Now, one thing I did want to do, and I haven't done this in a while, I'm going to find my iPad here. I want to list out the top 5 gifters and the top 5 watchers. That's always fun. In the last 7 days, the top 5 gifters are Extrude 3D, Lee Shepard, Nate's Print Shop, Luna 3D Printing, and Dud V2. Almost couldn't say that one right. Those are the top 5, and then the highest watch time, the people who have spent the most time here hanging out with us. We got Oxy 3D, we got Low Houston, Nate's Print Shop, Spicoli, and Spring LED 3D, Spring LED 3D. Not really sure how to say that one, but thank you guys. Thank you for being a part. Thank you for making it up in the rankings. I know I say it a lot. I appreciate it. I think everything y'all do, it just, it means a lot to me. I really do appreciate it. The Discord, jump into the Discord, guys. Join the community in every way that you can. That's where some more of the time and the talent, if you have a talent for helping people, that's a great place to go. We're getting close to 100. We're right at 70 people. I think once we tip 100, we're really going to start growing and have some really nice resources in there. We're trying to line some things up there. We've also got a wine and paint coming up in June, so keep your ears to the ground on that one. We've got another one coming out, and we're going to get back to the interview now. I will not talk about any of that anymore. If you have questions, put them in the peanut gallery room. I've unmuted you now, Ken. You may speak again.
And I'm back.
Nice Red Bull holder. Yes, I know, Nate. It's a very nice. Nate gave this one to me when he met me at Remurf. And so I've been using it. I use it almost every day. Platypus Dad, how are you doing? Good to see you. All right. Now, let's get into some of this. So I saw that you started TikTok. It looks like 2019.
Yes,
you started.
Yes, my first video was in 2019.
Okay. Now, what was the idea behind starting your TikTok channel?
I had seen, so the sound from that video, I'd seen it in another video and just randomly decided to use it in a video. And that was my first video ever.
Okay. Okay. Well, and the video he's talking about is this one, guys. Let's see.
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of OSHA violations.
A world of OSHA violation. Nice. I love that.
Yeah.
Now, but was there a particular reason you started the TikTok channel, or were you just getting on TikTok to do something? Just to have
I was just
pass time.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just to pass the time.
Okay. Okay. Cool. And good.
That was probably the first video I'd ever posted anywhere.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. So this was really your first social network to step. You didn't do YouTube before this. No. I mean, you probably watched YouTube, but you didn't do anything on the Instagram or YouTube or any of the other social networks. You just started with TikTok.
Yep.
And what was the idea behind? You were just wanting, like you said, pass time. Were there particular videos you wanted to show, or you just wanted to show funny stuff?
Just funny stuff.
Okay.
That's all it was. That was all before I started 3D printing. And
okay.
there was never an idea for what the channel was going to be. It was just, I'd think of something and go, let's make this.
Okay. Okay, that's cool. Now, the second video you had was another thing along the same lines. I just like this one because it's messy.
Tell everybody I'm on my way.
Will you stop it?
New friends
That is-
and
quit
new
So you're saying that is an OSHA violation?
Oh, absolutely.
Literally.
100%. Both of them are very much OSHA violations.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Hey, what's up, Art Overkill? How are you doing? Good to see you. Hey,
Art's here.
you got to meet him recently.
I did, and that was absolutely amazing.
Yeah. So it sounds like, so you had like a TikTok get together type thing, huh?
We did. He actually lives about an hour north of me, and he was going to Tampa for the day and just said, hey, we're going to Tampa if you want to meet up. And we definitely did.
That's great. And you seemed like there were a lot of other people there as well. It wasn't just him.
It was me and him and his wife and my wife, my daughter and her daughter, and his son for a little while.
Okay. That's awesome. That is great. I love doing that. That was one of the things I liked about Remurf, is just being able to meet everybody who, you know, and see them. And that's one of the things I wanted to do, and I should have done it. I'm definitely going to be doing it for the East Coast Rep Rap Festival. We're going to have a time that we're going to all get together and take pictures. Take one picture of the whole group of all you guys who watch. Just get together and take a picture of us all together. I think that would be awesome. So we're going to do that at IRF.
Okay.
The get
We're
together.
going to do everything we can to go.
Yeah, awesome. And then we're trying to plan. I'm trying to get with Cookie Cad and Kaylin Laterra and some other people up in New York. And we're trying to do kind of a get together soon. So keep your eyes and ears open for that one. That will happen one day.
Absolutely will.
So, okay, that's great. Good to see you, Art. Thank you for coming in. So that's your first and second video. Now your 3D printing video, the very first one was actually on February 6th of 2021. And so we're talking 2 years of TikTok videos. And while I was watching it, that was the interesting things. Y'all know I watch all the videos, guys. Good Lord, did I watch a lot of videos.
I'm so sorry.
And this man does not make 60-second videos, okay? I want you to understand that. Good stuff. Not complaining about it. It was a lot. He takes the posting 3 to 5 times a day seriously. And, you know, but when I started getting down to around 2022, 2021, he's skipping like a week or skipping a few days. I was like, oh, good. I'm almost to the end. But it was good. But you can watch his videos and see so much about him. I think it's really cool. But so that February, so was February when you first started printing?
Earlier in January.
Okay. Because the very first thing you showed was actually Groot, I believe. It was either Mickey Mouse or Groot.
I don't remember which one was first, but yeah. So I'd been printing for a couple of weeks at that point.
Okay. Okay, that's cool. And then because you really quickly got in, I didn't see a benchy for a couple of months. Most people benchies and stuff they're doing up front and doing things, but you just either were printing them and not showing them, or didn't show until later. That was more of a creative type benchy.
Yeah. The first one was definitely a benchy.
Okay.
But at that point, I wasn't sure if I was going to be doing anything on TikTok. I was just excited to be learning this new thing. And a lot of the early stuff did not get onto any social media.
Okay. Okay. I got you. So what was your first printer?
First printer was an Ender 3.
An Ender 3. Okay. So just a straight Ender 3.
Yep.
Do you still have that machine?
No, actually, the board blew on it 3 weeks after I got it.
Oh, no.
So we had to return that one. And then I got an Ender 3 V2 that I had for about a year and a half.
Oh, okay. Okay. And that did you, what happened to the V2?
That one I gave away.
Okay. Okay. That's kind of what I did with my brother. I gave him the one, you know, my cheaper one when I bought a better one.
Yep.
So what do you have now? What machines, how many machines do you have right now?
So collectively, we have 2 Soval SVO6s and Soval SVO7, a Bamboo Lab A1, and my X1 Carbon.
Okay. And this might be controversial. Which one's your favorite?
Oh, believe it or not, it's the A1.
Oh, nice. When I had the A1, I tell you, I was shocked how well it printed. Like, yes. I would put it up against
my X1.
Yeah. I would put it up against an X1 anytime. I mean, the X1's a good machine, but the A1 it just printed so much better to me.
Well, I love it because the AMS is just so much better.
The AMS Lite is great. I agree.
Yes.
I agree. It's definitely much better.
Far superior.
What's up, Crystal Lee Craftworks? How are you? Good to see you. More gifts and everything, guys. Thank y'all so much. Thanks for the heart me. Hey, if you hadn't hit the heart me yet, hit that heart me up there. Join the team. Make sure you get over to the profile and tap on the bell, so you know when I go live, all that kind of stuff. Be sure to do that. They need to come out with a way to attach the AMS Lite to the X1C. 100% agree with that.
I would love that.
Yeah. I would not be surprised if they were not doing that with some of their X1. I mean, the rumors like they're going to discontinue the X1C is kind of the rumor I'm hearing.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Because it sounds like, you know, it's rumors and you can't, nobody, everybody's scared to death to talk about the rumors of Bamboo Labs because nobody wants to be the person who reveals it first ever again.
Right. I remember that.
You know, and we work with, at Filament Stories, we work with Bamboo a little bit and we talk about some of their filament and they're calling us every day. Don't talk about it yet. Don't talk about it yet. Don't talk, you know, and then we'll see it on their website. We'll email them. Can we talk about it? And they're like, one more day, wait. So I think everybody's worried about that. My first printer was a cupcake. Don't know what you mean, Nate's Print Shop. I need to know what a cupcake is. Now he's laughing, so I don't know what that means. Is that where you like dip your finger in and you build stuff in 3D with your hands with the cupcake icing? Is that what we're doing here?
I don't know. That's what we're trying to figure out.
Okay. All right. So cool. All right. So we've got all the printers. What's your favorite filament? Like, do you have a filament company that's kind of your go-to company?
So when it comes to the brand, like if I have to buy one immediately, I love PolyMaker.
Okay.
But my favorite actual filament that I love using for me is the Amolen Starry Sky.
Okay.
I print everything in that.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I'm into their mats. I really love the mats on Amolen. I like that stuff. I'm a little more partial on the glittery stuff when it comes to Cookie Cad, but I'm probably really biased in that way. Just because, you know, because of.
Oh, I do love the Cookie Cad though. We've got a roll of the Witchcraft PETG.
Okay.
And it is so good.
Yeah. It's a really nice one. Some of that new fairy, I can't remember what it's called now. Fairy floss is a really good one. Let me hold on one sec.
Yeah, I want to see it.
I'm a Cookie Cad girl.
My wife is a Cookie Cad girl. She loves Cookie Cad.
So this was, if you saw the time lapse I put out today, this was the vase by Clockspring that I did. And this is, that's that same one. This just has more walls than this one, so I get more of a transition on it. And but it's just a nice translucent purple, blue, light blue transition. And I wonder, can I show? Let me show my table. Stop that!
I'm on my way.
Let's turn this light on. I'll show it to you.
Look at that. That is incredible.
So it's just a really nice nice one. I like it.
And that's Fairy Floss?
Called Fairy Floss. It came out the Saturday of Remurf is when they launched it. It's a really nice one. So there you go. Happy birthday, wife. Okay, so favorite filament, all that. I'm trying to get into some of these other questions, guys. Keep listing questions in there. Yeah, the one with the thicker walls. I do those for my time lapses so that you really can see the transition on the time lapse. And then this is the one that I actually take the photos of, because if I did a vase mode time lapse, I'd end up having a weird gap down the back. And so you have to kind of play with that and everything.
Well, now, speaking of time lapses, the X1, far superior on time lapses than the A1.
I think so. I would agree. I do mine with all DSLRs and everything like that, but for what it is, it does a good job. I'm not a big fan of the raising up of the camera and stuff like you have to do with the Vorons and everything. That's why I still run my old Prussias to do it, because I just like the way everything sits still.
Right.
You know, that's just kind of me, but anywho, we're not talking about me. We're talking about you. So yeah, guys, keep putting questions in there. We got probably about, I don't know, how long do you want to go tonight, Ken?
Oh, I can go all night.
All night, guys. All night. So he'll answer any question.
Yes.
So one of the cool things, guys, that I really noticed about Ken, and this, you know, I said there were a lot of videos, but I would say a third of his videos are answers to comments or answers to trying to help someone fix something or figure something out. He is somebody who just really, really enjoys helping, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to bring him on the community, because that's our show. You know, we always say show what we've learned generously. And talk to me a little bit about your philosophy in that. How do you approach, because a lot of people just show stuff and then they don't help or whatever, but when you approach your channel, what do you think about when you see the comments? What are you going for? What are you trying to achieve?
I'm just trying to get help to build this community as much as I can. When I first got started, there wasn't like a huge network here. And the ones on other social media platforms are not very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to build out and get a part of a good, helpful 3D printing community.
Yeah. And I'll say that TikTok does a really good job of allowing people to form communities. I think that's a big advantage. So. And I think the lives, being able to bring a group of, 9 people into a live really, really helps, and the way you can respond and everything. But now it's not minus its drama. I know the community's had some pretty heavy drama here lately. And I think you have probably had your share of drama there, but
I definitely have.
But what I think is neat, and I'm not asking for details or names or anything like that, but what I think is neat is seeing how that drama happens, but there seems to be growth, and you're doing something I don't think that anybody else is doing. When you run across somebody that you're having drama with, what's your approach to resolving that, or just ending it, or however you deal with it? How do you deal?
So I heard a piece of advice several years ago, and that was that person didn't block anybody, because if you block somebody, you miss out on their growth. People might not grow, but if they do, you miss out on who they become and possibly a really good relationship. When I'm having a problem with somebody, sometimes I have to walk away from it and stop commenting and stop dealing with them, but I try not to block them unless I absolutely have to, because you miss the growth. And that has happened several times with several different people on here, where we had issue and then we both went our separate ways. And then after a while realized that, things had changed. I'd gotten smarter, or they had changed their outlook on various things, and we were able to connect again.
Okay. That's cool. I like that idea of you don't block them because you might miss what they become. I like that.
Yep.
Do you remember who told you that, or where that came from? Okay.
I don't. But whenever I heard it the first time, like, I've got family back from when I was a teenager and was not the best person on the planet, that will never talk to me again because of things I said and did then. They have no idea who I am now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In their head, I'm still that teenager.
Yeah.
Even though I'm in my mid-40s now.
No, that totally makes sense. I like that philosophy. I think I really like that. That's neat. So when you take a step back, I know you said sometimes you run across each other. Have you ever come to the point where when you took a step back, you said, I need to say something now?
Yes. Yes. There was actually one creator that we had beef. And after a while, I realized that I was the issue, and that I needed to step up and say, hey, that was on me. I reacted in a bad way, and I apologize.
Okay. No, that's cool. That is cool. And I think that's a really good attitude. I think, yeah, exactly. Create a ruckus. I was actually going to just say that. I think that lends to that philosophy. A rising tide lifts all benches. I think that's, first time I heard you say that, I was like, oh, brilliant. That is exactly it. And I think it's very applicable to the 3D printing community and in all places, because we see other socials, it can get pretty nasty sometimes. Because people don't know how to recover from that.
Right.
And being able to find that way to step back, but then still engage, I think is really important, no matter how awkward it makes you feel.
Right.
You know, and we definitely all grow because of that. But thank you, thank you for that lesson. Thank you for, I think you were teaching a lot of people just a humbleness and just an understanding of life that a lot of other creators are not.
And I appreciate you noticing it, and I definitely try.
So any question? I'm looking for questions. We must be answering all the questions. Nobody's asking them. Carrot Box says, great advice. Always finding a way to support each other. Support each other better than you do your prints.
Yes. Yes. That's the art overkill.
Yeah. Yep. That's a good one. That is a good one. I love the philosophies. I'm waiting for a question from you. Well, good. I'm glad it's a good live. Y'all keep coming. Give me some questions. There's no way I'm answering all the questions that y'all have, guys. So how do you approach content? So we know that you're always looking for comments and things. You're going to reply to people, help them with their issues, or, try to make a comment on something. Maybe recently you did one where somebody had made a comment about functional parts can't be printed on any other printer but a Bamboo. And you talked about that.
Right.
And so a lot of that comes from what you see and what is commented to you. Now, for your own content, how do you approach making a choice of what you're going to do a piece of content on?
I really only make content that I want to watch.
Okay.
And I hope that people out there want to watch it too.
Okay.
Never been one to try to chase what everybody else is doing.
Right.
I've done that a couple of times on my channel, and it never works out. So I've stopped doing that almost completely.
Yeah. I think that's the frustration. Everybody tries things, and the videos you think are going to be amazing never go anywhere. But the video you spend the least amount of time on is your most viewed video. I think we all go through that.
Yep.
And,
one of my most viewed is just me saying that I was going to 3D print a dice tower for my wife. And it got 2 million views.
Wow, that is great. That is awesome. And I think that speaks to being truthful to yourself and not trying to be fake or not trying to dress yourself up in something that you're not. I think that makes the best content. I totally agree with that. Now, you attempted to do the TikTok shop for a while?
I still have one. TikTok shop is great for people who have a lot of stock or who have a lot of stock available.
All right.
And I'm just not at that point yet. So I decided to go the Etsy route.
Okay. And so Etsy over something like Shopify or anything, is there a particular reason you choose Etsy?
Yeah, well, one, it's their own marketplace. So so it's all kind of built into the platform. But also, if you're trying to do a lot of different colors for different options, Shopify limits that to just a few.
Okay.
Whereas on Etsy, I can put up as many colors as I want.
Okay. If there was a new creator who wanted to start a store, what advice would you give them?
Lots and lots of research. Talk to as many people as possible. And that's been just lots and lots of research.
Okay.
Get as much help as you can before you even start.
Okay. Which, that we all want to jump in. We never study our markets. We never, we all just want to throw something up and it's going to sell 1 million.
Yep.
And it takes a little while. How long did it take you to start to see sales and growth on Etsy?
Months.
Okay.
It was months. I had it up for quite a while. In fact, I had my Etsy shop up first, and then you went through all the content. It wasn't until I 3D printed the ladybug for my wife and people wanted it.
Yeah.
And then I decided to sell those, and I sold a lot of those all at once.
Okay.
That's when it exploded. And then, of course, you get the inevitable drop off.
Right. Right. And So
Yeah, it was months in between opening and getting my first sale.
okay, okay. You seem to have a pretty broad audience, and I think that lends to a lot of your sales. You seem to
Yes.
like not. I would probably. How many of your followers do you think are 3D printers?
Of my followers,
Yeah.
I don't know. I would have to say probably 10%,
Okay. Okay.
maybe a little more.
Yeah, I could believe that. I could believe that. And because I know it's a struggle for a lot of 3D printers who are wanting to sell. We have a tendency to think like a 3D printer and bring in a 3D printer audience,
Yes.
which makes
Yeah.
it difficult to sell things. How do you break that habit and get to that larger audience?
So I actually haven't broken that yet. I'm still trying to figure that out. The mass majority of my followers actually came on of, because I had 8,000 followers before that one video took off.
Mm-hmm.
And then I jumped all the way up to 40. And most of those will never interact with anything that I ever do.
Okay.
So I'm still like, that's one of the problems I'm having, is trying to get more of an audience that isn't just 3D printers, so I can sell more.
Right. Okay. No, that sounds good. Oh, hold on. TikTok wants me to prove that I'm still alive. So give me a second.
You're fine.
You know, that little stupid little puzzle piece. I'm tired of it.
Nope.
Every hour or so popping up asking me if I'm doing something. I'm talking. Leave me alone. Creator
They
Ruckus
had
says,
that before.
oh, I know. It's a big thing recently. And it's funny. Like when I'm doing a show like this, about the hour point, it pops up. But when I'm showing my 3D printer and it's running, it takes about 2.5 to 3 hours for it to show up.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. Create Ruckus says Ken's demeanor is what makes him stand out. So I think a lot of
Thank
people
you,
would
Ruckus.
agree with that. I think a lot of people agree with that. Hey, Ronnie V, thank you for the bracelet. I have not said that yet. Thank you so much. Thank you for the likes, guys. We're at 6,000 likes. If y'all can tap that a little bit more, we're going to keep going. Let's get some more people in here. And also, if you don't follow Ken, follow Ken. Get over there. Get over to his channel at On the Road 3D Printing. Make sure you follow him. Watch an entire video and then like it. Don't go mass like all of his videos, but just watch.
Don't have to watch all of them.
I watched
2,360 of them.
I watched all of them for you, so you're not required. Yes, I agree. Create Ruckus. They're talking about the Patreon, and we're going to get there in a minute. I'm going to actually show his link tree. Matter of fact, he keeps talking about that, so I'm going to go ahead and throw this up. Let's look over at, if you go into his profile, guys, you'll find the link in his profile. And, you know, I wait later in the show to talk about this. I want you to understand, because if I say the words link tree, website, Patreon, anything outside of TikTok, they will smash our numbers. And I want as many people to come in. So that's why I wait so late in the show. But this is the link tree that he has. So this is the GoFundMe that they were working on for their dog, Sully. And then you can see all of the different things here. He's got his Etsy shop, Things affiliate link. The really annoying box. I love those boxes. I love those boxes. I have not been brave enough to give it to anybody yet. We've got, here's support my work. Now, what's this support my work? Where does that take us?
That is an idea I actually got from you. It's and I'm blanking
Is
on
that the buy
name.
me a coffee?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The buy me a coffee. Yeah, I like that. I do the buy me a coffee, and it's a good one. It's a little bit different than Patreon for me. With Patreon, I feel like I'm obligated to put something out every month. Whereas with buy me a coffee, it's kind of, you know, you support me and we're going to keep doing what we're doing, and you know, continue adding value that way. So we've got the website, which I'm going to jump over to the website just so you guys can see the website.
It needs a lot of help.
And well,
I got to get back on it.
I'm around if you ever never need any help.
Yes.
And so you can see all of his different links here. You can see the affiliate stuff. There's the different, those are probably links to his Etsy shop over here on the top right. About me, there you go. Land surveyor, which you got to change that now.
Oh, you gotta update that.
And
That's
so
long as- yeah.
there's all of his Amazon affiliate stuff. I think there was a wish list somewhere. There it is, over to the left over here. So these are just ways you can go find out where he is. And you know, these things don't have to look pretty to be functional. You have to go to them and use them, guys. So go to this page and use it. Got his YouTube channel. I looked at the YouTube channel a little bit. It was a lot of TikTok videos that I had already seen. And there was some long form stuff. He actually looked like in the early days, it'd been like a year or so since you'd done machine reviews and that kind of thing, I believe. But
I would love to do machine reviews all the time, but I was having to buy them, and that gets very fast.
It does. It does. You are correct. Very, 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 very expensive. I don't know that I ever want to be there one day. That's a lot of work, and you know, somebody'd have to pay me to do that, not just give me a machine. We got printables. There's Snapchat. Or
Snapchat.
Okay, all right. So Snapchat, Colts 3D things. There's his wife's Etsy store. There's PayPal. You know, all the way on down. Now I am noticing her TikTok account's not on here.
It is not. I thought it was.
Yeah, so.
We could change that.
Anyway, maybe we can get Ken to get that over there for y'all so y'all can find his wife. What's up, Quacktastic Creations? How are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're just here talking with Ken from On the Road 3D Printing. We're going to keep going for a little bit longer. Normally we shut down for an hour, after an hour, but we're just going to keep going. We have a lot of other questions, but I just wanted to show you all this. This is how you find him, just like everybody else. Go check out the bio. You'll find everything you need to know about him and probably a lot more that, you know. All right. That and his daughter's TikTok too. Your daughter has a TikTok?
Yes, 3D Creations by Bree.
Oh, that's 3D Creations by Bree. Okay. Bree was in here. Okay. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I don't know why I didn't know that. I missed that along the way.
And my older daughter has one too, but I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
Okay.
Simply Stitching.
Simply Stitching.
Yes. She does crochet.
Yes, I saw that. I need to talk to you. I need to talk to her. I'm trying to find somebody who can make a plushie of my chicken. I want a knitted plushie of my chicken.
She can absolutely do it.
Amazing work.
I saw some of the pictures of some of the stuff she was doing. Yes, it was great. It was really, really good stuff. I was very impressed. It makes me want to stop knitting and sewing. It was really, really, really good. All right. So we talked about the stores. Got your advice on that. Your content, you just make sure that it's something that you would watch. But now the topics is kind of where, like, I know you've talked about how you make through a video and how you cut at the stutters and everything, and you work through all of that. But now how do you choose topics? Like when you go, oh, that's a perfect topic for a video, how do you come across that?
Usually it's something somebody has either asked me or somebody else made a video on it. And then it just kind of got into my brain. And after a while, I'm like, okay, I need to make that to see who else needs this help. Okay. So there's really a lot of help in your videos, and I 100% think that is true. I think every video you do. Hey, thank you, Cairo, for the bear. Thank you, Extrude 3D, for the heart me. Anybody who didn't have the heart me, grab that heart me up there. Thank you, guys. We're at 7,900 likes. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I think every video you have has a little bit of help in it for somebody. I try. Even if it's just mental help for you, you need to let something out or whatever. I think it's really, really cool. ADHD, that's how he chooses. Okay. Yep. I feel like you and Create might have a little bit of a relationship. We do. He is awesome and has been a huge help in a lot of ways.
That's awesome. That is great. All right, guys, what you got for me? Questions? Put them in there. I've got more, but I'm trying to give y'all a chance. I've got a lot more. He's seen my questions. He saw the whole sheet. So the master of spread the positive. Yep.
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah, I used to end the video with spread the positive. I honestly don't even remember why I stopped doing that one, and it changed into a rising tide lifts all benchies.
Mm-hmm. Which I really love. I really, really like that. Philip, how's it going? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. So, well, I will keep going. I will keep going. So what you came to the point where you wanted to create a Patreon. How did that decision come about? I felt like for a little while you didn't consider yourself a designer, and then you started a Patreon and started putting out models. What happened?
I'm still barely a designer, like still like barely, but I had throughout my TikTok journey, I've had people telling me that I needed to join, or that I needed a Patreon so that they could support me.
Okay.
And one of my close friends finally told me, "Do it tonight. Don't do anything else. Do that. Just do it." And so I did.
Okay. Okay. And you are making signs. Mostly is what I have seen. Now, this is one of the signs that you had. What other types of things are you making?
I make. Hold on.
Uh-oh. Let me get him large so you can show off his signs.
Well, this is a license plate holder. This one didn't work. Still working on fixing it, but yeah.
That's great. That's great. Now, you said I saw a video where you actually saw one on the back of a car one time.
Well, that was mine.
Oh, that was your car? Okay.
That's the one I made.
Oh, okay.
Somebody else in a comment section said they had seen it, but it must have been somebody else's, because it definitely wasn't mine.
Okay. Okay.
They were too far away.
All right. Patreon supporter, we got Cairo. Hey, if you're a Patreon supporter, raise your hand. If you're in the peanut gallery, raise your hand, guys, and let's just see all the Patreon supporters here. So is Patreon successful for you? Is it kind of achieving the goals that you have, or?
I don't make a whole lot on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I am hoping to grow that by putting out better designs and trying to help more people.
Okay. Well, that's great. So it looks like we've got about 3 or 4 supporters in here.
Yep.
Keep raising those hands if you are a supporter. And I definitely encourage anybody who is not to go look at his stuff, go look at his Patreon. You can join it for free, but I would suggest supporting him in some way. Free is nice. And I know he's happy to have people there. And this is me talking, not him. Okay. This is me talking, not him. We need to support our creators. We need to support the people that add value to our lives. Y'all know how important that is to me. And he's a guy worth supporting. And so get over there. And if you have the ability, jump in and support him on Patreon. I think that's important. So designing by DW907 is looking forward to some new designs. And I think, didn't you just drop some?
Yeah, I dropped some a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm planning on more this week.
Okay. How many do you put out a month?
I try to put out 4.
Okay.
That's my goal. Is to put out 4, one every week.
One every week. Okay, that's cool. And right now, is it primarily signs? Are you dabbling in some other areas? What kind of stuff?
Right now, it's just signs and license plate covers.
Okay, cool. And hey, those are good. People love a good license plate cover. They really, really do. Especially in a state where personalized license plates can be expensive. It's nice to be able to have things like that. I was trying to jump in here and see if I could find. Oh, look at that! Live, laugh, lobotomy. Now, that's one you made?
Yep.
Awesome. Now, where do you get your ideas for your signs?
So this one and a couple of others came from a video that Create Ruckus sent me. It was just a whole bunch of sayings like live, laugh, lobotomy.
Okay.
And so I turned them all into signs.
Okay.
And this one, I saw a sign like
love that
in
one.
a store and decided to recreate it.
I love that one. That's awesome. That is awesome. Why am I not seeing your Patreon on your link tree?
That's a good question. I will have to fix that.
Yeah. I guess I'd assume it would be on your website. I'm trying to get over there so I can show everybody.
It might not be there either. I'm terrible with this.
Everybody DM Ken and make sure he remembers to get his Patreon up there. All right, guys, that's y'all's responsibility. Get his Patreon up there, and we'll send many, many, many more people. Cairo wants to hang that up in his office. Yeah, I want to put it on my door over here. Of course, some days I wouldn't be able to come in if that was the rule. Some days it just, especially before coffee.
Me too. Clearly, as my Patreon is not where it should be.
All right, let's see. So are there any creators that inspire you? Let's go creators, and then we're going to go into the makerspace after that. But are there creators that inspire you, like social media
There are
creators?
a lot.
Okay.
I ton. Create Ruckus is one of them that keeps me going for sure.
Okay.
Cairo has been a huge help in a lot of ways. Black Knight Printing helped my Etsy quite a bit.
Awesome.
All of the members of my Patreon, we all interact on Discord,
That's
and
great.
I get a lot of ideas from them and a lot of help from them. And then, of course, you have the big creators. Like when I first started out, Joel Telling was a huge help. Just his massive amount of videos he had.
Yeah.
Do you have
any other creators or any other places that you pull inspiration from that are outside of the makerspace?
Not really.
Okay.
No, it's mainly just from inside the space.
Yeah, no, and that's cool. I think that's great. I mean, that definitely shows a dedication. It just and you're building that community. I'm kind of the same way. I don't watch a ton of other videos outside unless I'm trying to learn like DaVinci Resolve or something like that, you know.
Right.
And I have my guys there. So that's cool. That's great that people are helping you, and then that they're actually in the room too. I think that's that's a testament to y'all and that community that you're building. Now you had in the past, and you had thought about changing the name of your channel, and I think part of this is because of what happened in January with your job change, because you're
Yes.
not on the road as much.
Right.
Is this still something that's an option? Is your wife beating you over the head saying no? What?
What she is definitely saying no, and I kind of agree, because one of the things she said was, if I change it after having the following that I do, if they try to find me anywhere else, they're not going to be able to find me. So I need to leave it as it is for now.
Okay.
Now, I did almost change it on Tuesday to On the Jury 3D printing if I had been selected.
Yep.
Somebody had suggested that, and
Yep.
I was absolutely going to go for it.
That's great. And so, but you had, there was actually a kind of a little bit of a logo change now, right? That you're going to be something
Yes.
you're thinking about adding to your logo. What is that?
So it's still my logo, which is On the Road 3D printing, and below it, it says at home and then kinda.
Okay.
Because I am at home, but kinda.
Okay. There we go. There we go. Cairo, my vote is still for Ken the Smurf 3D printing.
Yes.
Okay. Speaking of names, did we ever name the sloth?
We have not named it yet.
Okay.
Somebody, and I meant to take a screenshot of that so I can say it. They mentioned something that it is I'm absolutely going to pick that.
Oh, okay. Okay. So we have a name in the works. We
We do have a name in the works that will be announced later on this evening.
That's great. Now, how many of those have you given away? I know the sloth, you had one for a while, and that you've sold some, I'm sure, and you've probably given some others away.
I have given away probably 20 of them.
Okay. That's cool. That is cool.
She said I gave away Lightning, the last one that I had.
Right, right. And I remember that was why you had because the video you were like, something's been missing for a while, guys. And I just printed a new one. So, see, I watched every one of them.
Every 2,360. We looked it up today at work.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. I didn't realize it was that many. Let's see. Any questions, guys? Come on. Give me some questions. I can't be doing this good.
Let's do it.
I can't be doing this good. There's always a question I miss. something y'all want to know. It doesn't have to be about 3D printing. It could be, anything.
Give me either. Yeah.
What's up, Kaylin? How are you doing? Guess who just came into the room? I've got to do this. I'm gonna have to take a break here for a second, guys.
Okay.
Designing Life with Jen just came in the room. And so I have a special surprise this evening. Designing, are you still in the room? I need you to wave and say hi if you're in here, because I don't want to do this without you. Jen, say hello. She says, oh no. So I have decided, and I've talked about this a little bit, but I have a little bit of a tribute that I want to do for Jen, and she's gonna have an entrance song when she comes into my channel from now on. And here is the entrance song. And Jen is here. Hi, Jen. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You now have your own song. All right. All right, guys. Ask the questions.
So we do have a couple of questions.
Okay. I missed them. What do we got?
We got Cairo asked, how's the new job going? It is going very well. It is very hot outside. But other than that, it's going really well.
Okay. Good. And then
designs, but she is a member of my Patreon. She says, what is your favorite design that you have made?
There you go.
Of mine, has got to be one of the license plate covers. And it's I think it might be the one I showed off earlier. Yeah. Crying is a free action.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
That is one of my favorites.
Awesome.
Yes,
I understand.
Said, what is your favorite print of all time?
I was just about to ask that question. Okay, hold on. We're going to go in close on this one so you can really show it off. There we go. Which will be named soon. Which will be named
tonight.
Now, Cairo says he has a challenge for you, Ken.
Uh-oh.
We're going to have to see what this challenge is. Put that challenge in there, Cairo, and we'll read it in a minute. Who is your favorite designer?
My favorite designer. Yeah.
I know, right? It's always hard to know. I know. There's so many good ones out there. And I mean, I could probably say, hey, who's my favorite designer? Put the name in the room and everybody would know. That follows me. Clock Spring is like my number one guy. I love Clock Spring. He's just a great guy. I've spent a lot of time with him. And so there's a big personal relationship there for me on that one. That's
right.
But he's also the best, like, over-engineered designs I've ever seen in my entire life. They're beautiful. That vase is his. It's just way overly engineered.
It's so good. I don't really know who my favorite would be because there's just so many of them that I follow, and I love their work. I don't know how I could pick out just one.
Yeah, I get that. And you've got a lot of, on your website, you've got a lot of partner links down there. And I think I saw like Tacti Prints and Flexi and Mandic Reallys in there. And just, so there are a lot of Twisty Prints, I think. I'm trying to remember and picture a lot of them. But you have all those designers that you enjoy following on the bottom of that page. So when y'all go check out that page, check out those links. It's really cool. So Cairo says, you and me create a can cup model.
Yes, 100%, absolutely. I can't tell you how many can cups I printed.
Well,
they were everywhere for a while.
I have mine for my Red Bulls. Woo! Thank you, Nate. All right.
My favorite, and I don't know where it is it's one from Mandic Realley. It's a can cup in the shape of a nozzle for a 3D printer.
Yes, I've seen that one.
And it's actually got the gloop that comes down. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, that is a good one. I have seen that one. Nate is a big lover of can holders. I do need to send you a sticker. That's a question. Stickers.
Yeah.
Stickers.
Sticker.
Hold on. You have some stipulations. Like, if you don't have a sticker, you can send it in and you'll print it on that temperature paper that you have.
Yes.
But now you're the sticker. If I send you one, it has to be white around the edges. Does that work?
No.
Oh no.
If you're sending me the sticker, it can be whatever.
Oh, I thought it had
you
to.
want.
Okay. Awesome. Well,
So what happens is with the thermal paper, if you send me the logo and it's got a colored background,
and it's not transparent or has a colored background. I gotcha.
It all comes out of black.
I thought you were talking about the sticker that you sent. So I'm definitely going to be getting with you and sending a sticker. What I do, like, let me take these off the screen. Go away. Turn this light on. You like the glitter one? There's a glitter one and there's a white one.
Oh, the glitter one.
Okay. I'll send the glitter one over then. So I'll get with you on that and we'll make that happen because I want to be on the printer.
You are going to be.
That's exciting. Woo-hoo. I like being on people's
For anybody
printers.
else, the email is ken@OTR3DP.com. Send me your logo. I'll put you on the printer.
There you go. And you can find that if you go over to his website. On his website, near the top, you will see Contact Me. It's on the right-hand side. And when you click on that, it'll set you up for his email. So you don't have to, it's on the Road 3D Printing, just the OT. He can say it better than I can. But,
OTR3DP.
Yep, that's the one. So awesome. Good. So y'all send them stickers. Yes, Nate, I know. I've seen my sticker on your A1. I've seen it. I'm on a couple of different ones. It's kind of fun just to see them in the back of the videos every now and then and just know you're a part in other ways that you wouldn't normally be a part of. So it's kind of cool. Now, recently you reworked your makerspace?
Well, I haven't done that yet. I am in the process of doing that.
Okay.
I've actually got about a couple more rolls of filament to finish it out.
Okay.
So right in front of me is a pegboard that my wife had put up, and it's just a white pegboard. But I'm a 3D printer.
Yep.
I like that.
Yep.
So a while back, I had bought on Kickstarter.
Yep.
The threadboard.
The threadboard. Yep. I did that one for a little while.
I'm gonna fill that whole wall up.
Yep. No, that's cool. The threadboard one was a good one. I've recently moved over to the multi-board.
She uses the multi-board.
And so I've been using it. I've been a big fan of Zach Friedman's Gridfinity stuff.
Right.
And there's some neat little adapters and things. For matter of fact, I was at Remurf. I got to hang out with Zach and actually got a picture of him with my Gridfinity sticker station that I use when I go to the events. So
nice.
it was a lot of fun. He's coming on the show sometime soon. We just got to set a date. So I'm excited about that. He's a fun one. He's a funny guy and love those events. So cool. Okay. So you're setting that space up now. Are you moving into a different room? You're rearranging a room? What's happening?
It's all going right here. We're in the garage. My wife has that side of it.
Okay.
I've got this side. So I'm just redoing the wall in front of me.
Okay.
Right where my desk is.
And so all of your printers are going to move out there?
Not now, because I don't have enough room for them out here at the moment, but eventually we're going to get all of them out here.
Okay. Cool. Now, do you do any other stuff like laser engraving, CNC? Does your wife do other stuff? What? Or are you just all 3D printing?
Well, I just do 3D printing right now. I eventually want to get into laser engraving too, but my wife is the artisan of the family. Hold on.
Okay. All right. Y'all get ready for this. Watch out. Bree's going to steal your sticker.
So she makes these amazing tumblers.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. I'm going to make that bigger. Give me a sec.
She has, yeah, she said this one's old. But it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't show up as well on camera, but it's very glittery. She makes them out of epoxy.
Okay.
And she makes a ton of these.
Okay. That's cool. That is awesome.
And what she's currently working on his Beauty and the Beast wine glass.
Oh, that's really cool. I like that idea. That's a neat idea.
And she's actually doing a cup for a member of my Patreon that we will be showing off as soon as it is done.
Okay. Okay. Now, what is on the glass? What material is she using there?
So, it's printable vinyl.
Okay. Final. Okay.
Oh, hold on. So,
It's a water slide.
a water slide,
Ah, okay.
then she paints it, and then she paint, glitter, and then epoxy
Okay. Okay.
to seal everything in.
That is great.
She
That
adds the
is
jewel,
great.
which is
Yeah. Wow. That's cool. That's a great idea. That really, really is. Cairo says they need one of those for Clara.
message me, bro.
So there you go. There you go. Y'all know where all the things are. We just talked about that. Message him. Go to his website, and you'll eventually find his Patreon. But you'll find all the other stuff there. I'm sorry, I'm gonna give you a hard time on that one.
That's okay.
I do it all the time. I always forget the most important thing.
And I know it's there. I must have just unclicked it for something.
It's so
and
easy.
then now I forgot to.
Would love to hear more. Hear how you guys got your garage to a bearable temperature and humidity. So are y'all?
We have an air conditioner that's in the window right in front of me.
We got lucky enough to have a window in the garage.
Okay.
So we have a window right here in front of me. There's a window unit, but on our garage door, I don't know if you could see it.
Yeah.
Some insulation on our garage door.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. And did you seal the garage door off in any way, or is that just it seals well on its own?
It seals well
Okay.
on its own, but we also, I don't know if I can turn it enough. Maybe.
Please don't show up for garage.
Maybe. But right here, we cut a hole in the vent, or cut a hole and added a vent. That's from the actual air conditioner.
Okay. Okay. Well, there you go. That's cool. And so you're not having any other humidity. The air conditioner dries out the air enough as it comes in.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And we don't store the filament in here.
And I don't store filament in here.
Okay.
It's
Okay. Okay. So there you go. There you go, Ronnie V. So they don't have to worry about the humidity so much with storage. Now, I guess you've got to immediately remove the roll and stick it inside. You can't just let things hang out on the printers anymore.
Nope.
I'm so good at letting my printer hang out, my filament hang out on my printers. All right, let's see. Any questions? Keep them coming, guys. In southern Bama on the Gulf Coast, yep, I know it well. But with all, yep, I know it well. A lot of humidity down there. And we have some humidity. My room is weird because it's like all year it stays about 35. But then sometime around June or July, it bumps up to 50, 60 in humidity. Right. And I don't know why. I haven't found where my issue is yet. I've got everything sealed off except for my vent, and it's always fun. Always fun.
Lucky humidity-wise up until this week.
Yeah. Yeah.
very lucky because it has not been humid at all here. And then this week is just muggy everywhere.
All right. I think we've pretty much covered all my questions, guys. So the only thing I have left is this nerdiness test. Do y'all want him to take the nerdiness test? Raise your hand if you want to take the nerdiness test. Today was bad. Ronnie V's like, yep, today was bad.
Today was definitely bad.
Okay.
I think he had asked where we were. We are just north of Tampa.
Okay. Just north of Tampa. So, yeah. So you're in that fun hurricane zone.
Yes. Oh,
yes. Yeah. That's the best one. It can get you both ways.
Yep.
So I was about an hour from the coast of Mississippi, and so we would definitely get them. I was there during Katrina, and that was a fun. Wow. That was a fun one. So
hurricane party. Yes, hurricane parties.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We had them, and when I lived in New Orleans for a little while, and we lived in an apartment complex at the New Orleans Theological Seminary where my dad went to school. And we would have hurricane parties. We'd go to the gym and do all sorts of stuff. It was a lot of fun. All right, so Yeah, nerdiness test. We're going to do that real quick. So these are some speed
Good.
questions. Answer these as fast as you can, and
Yeah.
we're just going to blow through them. And then the peanut gallery gets to vote on whether you're a nerd or not. All right. So here you go.
Fair enough.
Okay. How many digits of pi do you know?
3.1459.
Okay. What's your favorite TV show?
Star Trek.
Do you like sports?
I do. Football.
Okay. What is your favorite hobby?
My favorite hobby is 3D printing.
Hobby and work. How do you finish this phrase? Settlers of...
Honestly, I don't know that one.
Do you play an instrument or sing? We talked about that one.
Nope, I sing not well, though.
Have you ever gelled your hair?
Yes.
How do you feel about Harry Potter?
I love the franchise.
Okay. And what is the airspeed and velocity of an unladen swallow?
I don't know how to answer that one.
Generally, African or European is the question back.
Oh, African or European? That's a good response.
So, but yeah. So, Settlers of Catan.
Settlers of Catan.
Yeah.
That's the word I
Yeah.
was looking for.
That's the one. So let me get this poll up. We'll do a quick poll, guys, and it'll be one of those where we do the smiley face for yes, he's a nerd, and the sad face for no, he is not. So here it is. Here it is. What hair? You know, that was the really interesting thing on his channel. The only thing that changed about Ken from 2019 to now is his hair. And there were so many hairstyles. We had, it was a lot of fun. We had the nice combed, coiffed, whatever, hair. We had the short hair. We had the crazy scientist hair. Which I'm very well known for the crazy scientist hair. So that was probably the one thing that changed the entire time over his channel. And we got a lot of laughs. We got 9. Yeah, we have 9-0 on yes, you're a nerd. So there you go. There you go.
Pretty much a nerd.
Yeah, and I think Bree double voted. No, that's awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. All right. Well, look. So as we get ready to kind of close this down and everything, I'm going to give the guys a couple of minutes to ask some more questions if they have them. But, if you wanted to say, what would one thing be to the room that you want to say? And I'm just going to leave it open. You know, sometimes there might be something in your mind that you just want to make sure that everybody who follows you knows. What's a statement or what's advice or anything that you have that you would just want to tell everybody?
That is a really good question. It's something I hadn't thought of. One thing I want everybody to know. You're all awesome, and I cannot do this without you. Thank you so much.
And there you go. There's that positivity that always rears its head on Ken's channel, the good positivity, and that's awesome. So we got Ronnie V, been following you for years. Always loved watching your stuff. And when I was beginning in 3D printing, designing by DW says you're the awesome one. So got a lot of love in the room, guys. That is great. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for being here tonight, guys. And I almost hit the baby shark. No, and thank you for being here, Ken. I really appreciate it. We'll do this again. We'll keep going through the next year or so. We'll find a time to come back together. Maybe I'll get you on one of the round tables that we do. We got some really, really cool stuff coming up. Speaking of, if you ever want to know what's going on, just jump over to the website, Asylum Life right now. So today we had On the Road 3D Printing. Tuesday, we've got Newsday Tuesday, where we're going to go through the news and things that are happening in the 3D printing community, additive manufacturing overall. Right now, the 9th is up in the air, so we're trying to do a couple of things there. But then the following Tuesday is debate night, which is a really popular one, where we're going to debate topics. Y'all come in the room, I give you a topic, and y'all debate it, and we'll have a lot of fun there. So we get Brady Meets World, Binsky, a lot of people coming up, guys. I'm really, really, really excited about it. And so remember what we always say. Remember, we're here for each other. We want to be a part of the community together. And so the 3 things we always talk about: live life to the fullest, grow in wisdom. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Grow in wisdom and share what you've learned generously. Y'all have a great night. Ken, thank you again. We'll see you
Thank you
guys
so much.